Sit up, let's get down low. Hold that post, but go with the flow. Hey, what's the word? Welcome to the next episode of Sunday Sidecar, the series where we get lost in the cosmic mystery that is last week's Tuesday Ukeday drop from yours truly, Uke Brute. This week's episode, about what your moment is all about. And, as you might have already guessed already, the song What Your Moment Is All About is about what your moment is all about. Now that I say that out loud, it kind of reminds me of that Angie Jordan, that great line from 30 Rock where she says, my new single is dropping. Love it. The name of the single is My New Single is Dropping. And so my new single is dropping. Anyway, so not to we can sit here all day and just quote 30 Rock episodes, and still have a great time. Anyway, so so this song, like vast majority of my songs, I had the that riff. And, it's somewhat similar to some of the other stuff I play. A lot of the stuff's all very similar chords being used, just slightly different progressions and rhythms, right? But I had that, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this? And then, I'm just listening, and I heard that, sit up. Oh, no, it's sit down, right? Yeah, sit down. Sit up, let's get down low. And so I had that sit up, let's get down low. And I liked the juxtaposition of just kind of like that, opposites, trying to do the opposite thing at once. And so I just rolled with that. And that's how this song emerged. And so that's, all of those verses, they just kind of have that same, there might even be a term for it. I'm sure there is, like a rhetorical or a rhetoric device. Where you use opposites to say something. It's not quite the same as apostrophe and all that other stuff that we've talked about before, but I don't know, we'll see. We'd have to look into this. But yeah, so hold the pose, hold it, but go with the flow. It's somewhat impossible. It's almost speed up in slow motion or slow-mo. So I was trying to go for like a Zen koan type of thing, something you think about and just kind of hurts your brain, or like makes it kind of just like pause for a second, so you can, I'm not going to say give you a moment of enlightenment, but it's the possibility is there, and so that's just digging, spread your wings wide, indulge in things that you're denied. So spread in, dig in, but also like spread your wings while you're digging in, and like indulge in stuff that you can't have. How can you do that? We'll note for the one verse though, fit in being outside, flaunting, hyping your shy disguise. I flubbed in the recording. I didn't, I record these several days, in advance of the publication date, and didn't realize that I said hide instead of hype for that line, which was odd. But that one little phonetic sound, changing the D, or changing the P to the D from hype to hide, completely alters and creates like the opposite effect of the sentence, because the idea is, flaunt and hype juxtaposed against a shy disguise. You can't really flaunt yourself or hype yourself if you're in a shy disguise. But by saying hide in your shy disguise, that just reinforces. So, I don't know, it's kind of an odd little quirk there that created the opposite effect. Almost kind of, I guess, similar to what the song itself was trying to do. I don't know, maybe I'm just messing with myself in some way. And then that kind of, gets into the life's only a paradox refrain, which I thought worked out very well. It came together very clutch for this song. Life's only a paradox when you start to care about logic and consistency. Reality's consistency. Just kind of fit and came together in place, and I really, it just, I guess I'll say reinforces again, but it just reinforces the verses pretty well, because the song's about the paradoxes of life when you stop to think about it. Stuff like, even with this moment that the song's about, it's just that moment of now, that discrete unit of present that's constantly just fleeting away immediately into the past. Just immediately becomes past. Like, is this linear? Does this stack up? How is this? How is this working when you stop to think about it? Yeah, sure. There's weird paradoxes or conundrums that you're faced with, and like, what's the purpose? But that's life's just full of these paradoxes, and you got to roll with it. And sometimes you have to fall backwards in order to move forward, type of stuff. It's just if you think about it, sure, it's weird and it's fun to think about it because you can get into all that weird stuff. We don't have to get into all of it, but it's yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of where I was going with this song. You can stop and think about levels of infinity or something, just like kind of all the things that we have, just some of them, it's weird and it doesn't work, like if you go from 0 to 1 or 0, start counting by, discrete, individual numbers, it's infinity. It goes on to infinity. So that means by definition, it's endless. It goes all that way. But then if you start adding in, so that number line, if you add in like negative numbers, that also goes to infinity. So that infinity just doubled. So just like weird stuff like that. Even though that I'm in no position to be an authority on any of those discussions. So that's just kind of what this song gets to. And in the moment is this kind of what I'm kind of poking at here is that just fleeting instance of now. Kind of similar to the same one I discussed, or it was the theme of Abide Now, one of the other ditties on this playlist. It's the same, or not Abide Now, Abide Moment. And it's, that same moment now. So it has kind of like that same thematic view to it. But also I realized, as I was looking into this, the lyrics right before this video, that not only is that, the same, moment that I'm discussing in that song, and that same kind of idea of that, eternal recurrence of, the past and the present, or the future and the future and the past constantly colliding to create, our present moment. But I didn't go into this song, with a nihilistic intent, like that, or a Nietzschean intent. But even that final verse, or the final, the second refrain, life's only a conundrum, 'cause it's got no true outcome. Lost in cosmic mystery, gotta create our own damn dreams. Very nihilistic view. There's no meaning to life, so we have to create the meaning ourselves. There's no outcome, so make our own dreams. And that's what this song's all about. No, that's what the song About What Your Moment is all about is about. When you do it, something like that. It's just that's basically it. Nothing really too crazy about this one. None of my songs are crazy in any way, really. Well, the endeavor itself is crazy, perhaps. Also brutal, of course. But yeah, that is what your moment is all about. Hope you enjoyed. As always, thank you very much for tuning in, and check back soon for the Diddy From.